We're reading every Spider-Man ever, and this is Amazing Spider-Man issue 54. Dr. Octopus thinks that Spider-Man is dead, and he's looking for a place to lie low. It just so happens that Aunt May is looking for a lodger, and she's excited to be reunited with that nice scientist that she visited a while back. But didn't she hear that Doc Ock was a wanted man? Oh, of course not. That was a misunderstanding. It was Spider-Man that was the criminal, and Doc Ock was just trying to stop him. With that silly misunderstanding sorted, Doc Ock takes residence in May's house and hatches a deadly plot in her bedroom to get the nullifier back that he failed to get last issue, while Spider-Man swings around the city with no idea where this villain has got to before retiring back to his apartment and giving Aunt May a call. Later, as Peter is working on his webbing, he hears Harry Osborn come home. Realizing that so much of his secret identity is on display, Peter rushes to hide everything. But Harry, who is annoyed already by Peter not being around, is further annoyed that Peter is locking away all of his stuff every time that Harry enters the apartment. Doesn't Peter trust Harry? Shaking off that cold shoulder, Peter rides to the Daily Bugle to find out if they've heard anything about Doc Ock. And they haven't heard anything, but Peter gets to meet Robbie Robertson, the new city editor. He then rides to meet Gwen Stacy and MJ, who make some catty remarks at each other. And once the audience is reminded that they both exist, Peter remembers that his aunt has a new boarder and rides away to see her instead. He arrives to find his aunt sitting down for tea with his enemy, Dr. Octopus. He immediately points a finger and states the obvious: this man is a criminal. But Aunt May chides him for being rude to their guest, and Doc Ock takes him aside to offer a quiet threat. Behave, young man, or the old lady gets it. Peter thinks about taking the doctor down now, using his spider strength, but worries that the shock of the fight might kill his aunt, and so he waits until nightfall. Outside, and now in costume, Spider-Man feels helpless. He can't attack without endangering his aunt. But when some henchmen arrive with a delivery, Spidey is forced to act. He shines his spider signal into Doc Ock's room, announcing that Spider-Man is alive, and hopes to draw Doc Ock out of the house. But the doctor doesn't take the bait. Instead, he calls his henchmen, who arrive and attack our hero outside of Aunt May's house. Spider-Man fights a group of them with ease, even surviving a gas attack that almost knocks him out. By the time he has won, he has drawn a crowd eager to see what is going on, including his Aunt May, which means that the house is empty enough to attack. And so he does, smashing through the window with dramatic effect. But Dr. Octopus is ready, and he wraps Spider-Man up in his tentacles. By pretending that he's knocked out, Spider-Man is able to get close enough to Doc Ock to deliver a punch, but the fight, before it even begins, is interrupted by a scream. Aunt May has walked in to see that the nice doctor is being attacked by Spider-Man, and she instantly faints. Doc Ock grabs his suitcase and smashes through the wall of the house to escape and to show off his power, while Spider-Man rips off his mask to show his aunt that Spider-Man is not scary, he's not something to be feared, he's just Peter. But she doesn't wake. Peter calls the doctor and he waits, crestfallen and full of guilt. Thankfully, the doctor tells him that she'll recover, that she just needs time and rest. And while she does, Peter looks at that hole in his wall, the sign from Doc Ock to show how strong he is. And he swears to the heavens that he'll show the doctor how his might is nothing, just nothing, compared to the might of an angry Spider-Man. Thanks for watching. There's a new video released every Thursday. If you like this one, a like helps it get seen by lots of other people and is really appreciated. And while we wait for the next issue, here's a fun fact about this one. Aunt May tells Doc Ock that she met him in 1964, which suggests that at this point in the writing, Stan Lee was committed to the idea that this series was happening in real time, although that doesn't really make a lot of sense based on what's actually happening in the issues.